We have Dr. Sriparna Saha, who is going to touch upon some of the case studies in successful industry academia deep tech collaboration. And Dr. Saha is Assistant Professor of Computer Science with IIT Patna. She could not attend this in person virtually, but we do have a pre-recorded session which we will run through basically. So, yeah.
Thank you, Nasscom, for giving me this opportunity to talk on this forum. So today I am here to talk regarding some case studies in successful industry academic deep tech collaboration. So I am Dr. Sriparna Saha, currently holding the position of an associate professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, Patna. So I will talk about some successful academic industry collaborations in IIT Patna. So let me start with our collaboration with Accenture. So it's a long-term collaboration we started in 2015, and still we are continuing this collaboration. And it's a very successful collaboration. So we are basically developing some conversational agents or the chatbot, especially focusing on the sales domain. So with the help of Accenture, we are developing some sales chatbot. So this sales chatbot is having some kind of human intelligence, and it is trying to sell a particular product to a customer, and it is having some several behavioral properties, like it has the persuasion capabilities and also the negotiation capabilities. So if you see the existing chatbots like the Alexa or Siri, so there is a fixed goal. So like the agent, the user has to fix a particular goal, and the chatbot can only serve the particular goal. So initially we developed a dynamic goal adapted virtual agent. So this virtual agent can dynamically change the goal depending on the availability. So initially maybe the user wants to purchase a particular product. If the product is not available, then dynamically during the dynamically the goal can be updated. So we develop different reinforcement learning based strategies to dynamically update the goal. So then we worked on the different persuasion strategy, and this persuasion strategy can be determined based on the persona of the customer, and this persona can be easily understood by the agent from the context. So there are different persuasion strategy like emotional appeal, credibility appeal, logical appeal, or the persona based appeal. And it is a and the agent has to automatically understand the correct persuasion strategy depending on the context. So yeah, so we published several papers together jointly in reputed forums, and also we filed a USA patent together. And now we are also working on how to infuse the negotiation capabilities inside a sales agent, because we what we expect that once the persuasion is done, once the product is fixed, in general a sales person used to negotiate on the price. Similarly, a sales virtual agent can also negotiate on the price. So now we are working on developing some negotiative chatbot with the help of LLM. Basically, we were also investigating whether the large language models have this kind of capabilities, whether they have the persuasion and the negotiation capabilities also. So it's a very strong collaboration, and we are it's a very fruitful collaboration between IIT Patna and the Accenture lab, Bangalore. So yeah, and now let me now also talk about another collaboration which is between the IIT Patna and the Sony Research India. So we are investigating the problem of multimodal recommendation. So in general, recommendation is a very nowadays a very interesting problem statement, because it's useful for movie recommendation, video recommendation, books recommendation, or restaurant recommendation. Here we are mostly targeting the video recommendation and the movie recommendation. So for a user, we can recommend some new movies or a new videos, and especially when there are many OTT platforms, these recommendation systems are very much useful. And mostly if see the existing recommendation systems, they are mostly the text based. Like you suppose there is a movie and you have some textual description of the movie. So based on the textual description, they used to find a similarity between the movies. But here we basically our main hypothesis is that when we are see the similarity between two movies, we also need to see the similarity with respect to the other modalities, like the maybe the similarity with respect to visual clips, similarity visual with respect to the audio information, and the similarity with respect to the textual summary, so or the transcripts. So that we basically formulated this recommendation problem as a multimodal recommendation problem, and then we proposed several deep learning. Initially we proposed different deep learning based strategies, like the Siamese based strategy, graph attention based strategy, and now we are also exploring whether large language models can be used for recommendation purposes. And what we found out there is that there was no data set available in the multimodal setup, so we also extended the movie lens dataset in a multimodal setup. So movie lens dataset was only available in the text setup, so we basically made the multimodal version of the movie lens dataset. And also we worked in the Indian setup as well, so we worked on a Hindi movies dataset. And as I mentioned, currently we are working on how can we extend the large language models for the recommendation task. So it's also a very collaborative, very fruitful collaboration, and we are jointly publishing many papers in top tier venues every year. So with Microsoft also we are working together. So we investigated the the common sense reasoning, especially the temporal common sense reasoning capabilities of the large language model, and that paper got accepted in ENLP this year. So basically, the humans have the common sense reasoning. We know that in general the duration of the work is smaller than the duration of a vacation. So whether the large language models have this kind of common sense reasoning or not, that we investigated in this particular work. And it's a very good investigation. There is a set of large language models, and there are a set of temporal reasoning tasks, and we investigated the performance of these large language models on this set of tasks. And it's a basically analysis paper, and this as I mentioned, this paper got accepted in this ENLP 2023 as a full paper. And yeah, it will be, this ENLP will be held in Singapore in December. So the paper will be published in these proceedings. And now we are also working on studying the gender bias in text to image models with the help of Microsoft. We also started some collaboration with the Adobe, and we are very much interested starting this kind of collaboration with Adobe. And now we have an existing collaboration with CRISIL. We are investigating the domain of financial natural language processing with CRISIL. So we are also publishing many papers in top tier venues with CRISIL. So we are investigating several interesting problem statements like complaint mining. So in the financial domain, so there in the financial domain there are several reviews, like when we are making some financial transactions or we're using our credit cards, there are several, we used to write several reviews regarding those transactions. So if there is a failure in the transaction, failure in the credit card, we used to write a complaint regarding that. So can we automatically identify the complaint regarding, or can we identify all those reviews and then categorize them as complaint, non-complaint? So we are working on the complaint mining for the financial text with the help of CRISIL. We are also working on detecting the large tables from the financial documents with the help of CRISIL. So there are different problem statements that we are working on with the help of CRISIL, and we are also publishing papers in top tier venues with CRISIL. So we also started some collaboration with IBM. So just to we want to start some work in the field of medical document summarization and the question answering in the Indic languages. Here also we would like to study the capabilities of the large language models, whether they are capable of handling the code mixed text. If we can focus on this the medical domain, especially the healthcare domain. And as I mentioned that, so with Sony we are already having a very fruitful collaboration. We are working on the multimodal recommendation systems, and multiple papers are accepted in top tier venues like IJCNN, Iconip, etc. So these are some of the fruitful collaborations with IIT Patna, especially with my lab, with top tier industries, and we are very much fortunate that these industries have they have generous enough, they have funded enough, and they already extended their hands to collaborate with us. And what I found, with these collaborations is that it is very always very much useful to have this kind of industrial collaborations. And in conclusion, I just would like to mention that in academics we always focus on theoretical part of the research. And for my according to me, that we always need this kind of industrial inputs, for the deployment and for betterment of our research. And industrial research, academic research, maybe if you need to have a good direction of your research, or if you need to really deploy your research for for some good purpose, then we really need to have a industrial partner. And the real life use cases can be easily obtained from the industry, and a good collaboration can always help improve the research outcome. And basically, we are talking about this kind of multimodality or the multi-view. So this industry and the academic collaborations can be viewed as a multi-view multi-view problem. So industry and industry and the academics are can be like they are giving as a two different view, they are giving us a two different viewpoints, and that basically help in improving the the view the understanding of the problem statement. Academia is mostly involved in making the theory stronger, and the industry can provide use case and the application. So this kind of collaboration can bring huge potential. So that's why I really I ask that we should have this kind of collaborations more and more. So with this, I really would like to thank Nasscom for giving me this opportunity to talk in this forum. And I am, as I mentioned, I really would like to thank all my sponsors and all my collaborators and all my industry partners who always supported my research. And without their support, it is not at all possible to do a good research. And and because for industry, for academics, we really need this kind of support from the industry. Thank you very much.